Hey, what's up, guys? I don't have a lot of time for this one, so I'm gonna make it a bit snappy, but I still thought it was really important to bring it to you. So let's break down how to bulk properly for Natty teen lifters and what exactly I'm doing to bulk. And the whole reason that I'm making this video is because I'm currently about to start a pretty big bulk, and so it's a great time to go over this topic. But before we get into that, my name is Noah. I am the founder of Get Her Done Fitness, and I made it my mission to help all the young teenage men who are just like me, ages 16 through 19, get the body of their dreams. And there are currently a few seats available in my Teen Transformation Accelerator where I'm helping a very select few amount of young teenage men ages 16 through 19 get the body of their dreams, gain insane amounts of muscle and minimal fat in 12 weeks. And you are going to get results that much quicker because I'm teaching you everything that I learned over the past 3 years in gaining 40 pounds of muscle. And I'm removing all the road bumps and mistakes and misinformation that I had to deal with that you won't have to deal with if you navigate this with me. So you are going to get results that much quicker. And so if you want to get serious about your physique, go down below and click the link to book a call with me, and we'll see if you're a good fit for that program. Let's hop right into this one. So to preface this, I don't know if you guys knew, I kind of went over it in my powerlifting meet video, but I basically cut down for the powerlifting meet, and that's a whole other thing, I shouldn't have cut, etc., etc. Well, it is what it is now. So I'm about 10 pounds lighter than I was a few months ago, and I want to get back up to where I was. So I was 175 earlier this year, and I'm like 162 right now. And I want to go back up to 175 and maybe a little bit more, like kind of break it into the 180 territory. But I want to pack on a lot more strength in that. And I'm basically gonna explain what I'm gonna be doing and what you can do if you are trying to do the same thing. And so what I'm going to be doing, obviously, the very first thing is going to be a caloric surplus. I'm going to be in a pretty heavy caloric surplus because I myself, and this is different for everyone, of course, but I can only assume if you're watching this video and you're trying to bulk, you probably have a bit of a higher metabolism, kind of like I do. So you're going to be looking at eating a lot of food. I've been over this in other videos, of course, but you need to be eating in a caloric surplus to gain mass. You need to be intaking more than you're outputting, and then those extra calories, those are going to be burned and used as a fuel to build the muscle. Okay, and so I'm going to be eating I'm starting right now at 3,300, but I might have to bump it up if things aren't going exactly as planned, because I was honestly, I was able to maintain like 175 before I cut down. I was able to maintain that on like 3,200 calories. And so I'm going for 3,300, but if I need to bump it up to like 36, 37 for the next little bit to really just pack on this initial mass, I might do that. But for now, I'm sticking at around 3,300 calories for my caloric surplus. And then, of course, I need to make sure that I'm eating enough protein. And so I try to get about 1 gram per pound of body weight, and I recommend that you do as well. And so I weigh, around 160, 170 pounds right now. So we'll just round it up, like 180 pounds. And so that's 180 grams of protein. And so if I have 4 meals in a day, that means with every meal, I need to have like about 45 or so grams of protein. And so as long as I make sure that all of my meals have at least 45 grams of protein, I should be good, because it doesn't hurt to have too much protein. Okay. And then the next thing that I'm dialing in even more so for my meet, because when I was training for my powerlifting meet and I was going to the peak and then going down into the competition, I was training a lot different than I've trained in the past, because I've always gone in and I've just gone freaking ham. I'm there for like 2 hours. I do a lot. Like I do a lot of volume. I do a lot of work. I really break the muscle down, and you should too. And that's kind of what I'm going back to, because for a while there during the meet prep and the meet training, I was only a few months out, so I was really focusing on the sport specific training. So I was training specifically for bench. So it's like if I want to get good at benching, then I on the push days or days that I would go into bench, I'm just gonna bench for like 10 sets and still go really hard on those. But the point is that I'm just doing a lot of benching, and then on a lot of days I would do that, and then maybe a little bit of tricep work, or maybe um, like just something else small. But I would cut it off right there because I wasn't training to to go really hard and break down the muscle really hard and get really big. I was doing it to get good at benching. And so I'm still planning on competing again at some point next year, but we'll cross that bridge when we get there. But in the meantime, though, I'm just going really hard on the volume and just training hard. And so I'm going in and I'm doing like 5 different exercises for all of my days, but they're like really, really hard. I'm going like 5 drop sets, 6 drop sets, 8 drop sets. Screw it. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just going really freaking hard right now and doing a lot of volume, doing a lot of work. Because if I really want to break down that muscle so I can build it up, I really got to go in and I got to train hard. I really, like, there's no other way to break down the muscle so we can be built up again and be bigger than to go freaking hard and break it down really hard. Like, it's really straightforward, and that's kind of the process that I'm going to be going through, is just really, really, really laser focus on making sure that I'm eating enough protein, and then of course training hard enough in the gym. And then also on top of that too, I need to really make sure that my sleep is on point, because during the cut near the end of my powerlifting meet training, I wasn't getting very good sleep. I think it partially had to do with I was hungry all the time because I was in a cut, right? So, I was just tired, I was tired, because I didn't have any energy, but then I also couldn't sleep because I was hungry. It's kind of a weird thing if you think about it. But as I'm starting to eat more and not be in the cut, I am noticing that my sleep is improving. I'm able to get like 8-9 hours every night, no problem. Like I hit the pillow, I'm out. I wake up 8 hours later, fully rested. It's phenomenal. And also, I didn't even know that I had this because, see, I used to take testosterone, which, in case you don't know, is an ectosteroid. So it's not a steroid. It's totally natural. It's totally safe. It's just a supplement. It's kind of like taking creatine, but it's a little bit stronger than creatine. It just has a little bit more of an oomph effect. You know what I mean? I don't know how else to explain it other than that. But I was taking ectosterone for a little bit, and then testosterone. I kind of switched back and forth to see which one worked better for me, or which one my body responded to better. Honestly, I couldn't really decipher which one was better, but I could definitely tell that it was helping, though, because in the first week or so of taking it, you don't really notice anything, but then after like 2 or 3 weeks, it's like, wow, you really start to notice a difference. But I would buy it in batches, because it's fairly expensive. It's like $60 a bottle, but you get what you pay for, and so I bought a bunch of bottles of it, and I was using it, and then I just kind of stopped using it because I didn't really like it. It didn't seem like it had that profound of an effect to where I actually need to be taking it. Like, it just seemed kind of like a placebo, like it wasn't really working. But I'm gonna try again because I haven't had it in at least a couple months. At least I would say closer to 3 months. I haven't had it, and I found a whole entire bottle in my car. I was just cleaning it out, and then I opened the center console and I found it there. I was like, oh, I forgot I put that there. Like, I bought 2 bottles, and I'm like, oh, I'll just put one in the car for when I forget to take it at home. And it's completely full pretty much, And so I'm going to try to take it again. I might buy some more and just continue with the cycle, because I think the longest that I took it for like consistently in a row was like a month. And that was really when I saw the biggest effects. And so I'm going to see, if I take it for like 2 months in a row, if it's really going to have that much greater of an effect, because it seems like I didn't give it enough time to have an effect, and that's why I didn't really notice that much of a difference with it. And so we're going to be trying this again, and then of course the eating lots of food, and then training super freaking hard, and then also resting really hard and getting some good sleep. And I'm really looking forward to this next period where I'm going to be about 10 pounds heavier and way stronger than I used to be at 175. Like, that's the whole point of this, or what I'm kind of doing it for, is for powerlifting, so that I can be 10 pounds heavier again, back to where I was a few months ago. But I'm going to do it, a bit more gradual, and really packing on strength as I do it. Because if you're gaining weight, if you're in a caloric surplus, it's really easy to go in and train hard and break PRs and stuff. And so I'm really excited for what's to come. I hope you guys found this video useful. Make sure to go down below and hit that subscribe button so you never miss a new video, and I can keep on bringing this content to you. And I will catch you guys in the next one. Always remember to get her done.